And welcome back. We're going to show you some more of the Women's Veterans Recognition Day event.
You know, and I misspoke, but I have to tell you that electeds would not be able to do really the job without the tremendous staff that they have. And so I misspoke. I want to recognize Stephen. I want to recognize Margot that work with Senator Margot. I've known for a long, long time. So they really help. And now I'd also like to recognize very valuable staff as well. We have Michael Klein with Senator Reed's office. And you're more than welcome if you want to say anything on behalf. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Jose, where is Jose? Would you mind I think Jose should be presented with that on behalf of our veterans. Hey, you got me here.
This is to the town of Pahrump to commemorate this year's Veterans Day ceremony honoring women veterans for their service and sacrifice to our great nation. Thank you.
And someone that I've known, and you know, Amanda, I call you Amanda, so I don't even call you by your last name, so I forget what it is. But please come up. She's a very valuable member of Congressman Horsford's office, and hopefully you're going to see her tomorrow when she's up here too.
Thank you. I've also got a certificate that I'd like to present to the town of Pahrump. I'm sorry that I'm sorry.
Present it to Jose too.
Okay. I also have a certificate that I'd like to present to the town of Pahrump. Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and thank you to all of our veterans for their service, and especially today to our women veterans. It's a group that doesn't always get the recognition that you deserve. So it's a real credit to the town of Pahrump for giving you this recognition today. So I've got a certificate here that I'd like to present to the town for your dedication to our women veterans. And thank you for all of your assistance, setting up this great event today. I just have one other quick announcement. As Susan kindly mentioned, although the congressman can't be here today, he will be here tomorrow. I promise you it's not political in any way. It's going to be tomorrow. He's having a Congress on Your Corner. Basically, he just wants to hear from those that live in Pahrump about the issues that you're concerned about. It'll be tomorrow from 4:30 to 5:30 at the town annex. And I have tons of flyers, and I'd be happy to give you the information. So thank you again. I just appreciate the opportunity to be here. So thank you so much.
And the list goes on. We have so many dignitaries. So I'm going to turn it back over to Brandy, and we really want to recognize everyone that's taken time out of their day to spend it with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Will all of our female veterans please stand up if you're able to so that we can acknowledge you in receipt of the 2 certificates that were issued. And ladies, we do thank you for your service. I'm going to go ahead and thank the rest of our VIPs. If I leave somebody out, do not hold it against me or catch me in the parking lot. Be gentle. Miss Jennifer Strawn, VA Associate Director of Patient Care Services, is here. Along with our VA Hospital PAO, Mr. David Martinez. Ms. Willette Gerald from the Nevada Department of Veterans Services. One of our new directors. Also, the Kathy Williams Buffalo Soldier Regiment Association of Las Vegas. Ladies, thank you. As you may have heard them walking in, our North Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department bagpipers and our drummers. our Women Veterans of Nevada organization. Nye County Commissioner, Mr. Dan Shinhoffen, Mr. Butch Boraski, Mr. Frank Carboni, and previous Commissioner, Mr. Gary Hollis and Geneva Hollis. Nye County Manager Pam Webster. Our town fire department, in case you didn't see them. As well as our Nye County Sheriff's Department, and in attendance, Mr. Rick Marshall. Last but certainly not least, Mr. Oscarson, don't think I forgot about you. I did see you arrive. Our local assemblyman, Mr. Oscarson. Again, if I didn't get to see you or chase you down or shake your hand, please forgive me. You can get me later. Now we're going to have our guest speakers. Again, we're here to recognize our women veterans, in case you didn't catch that. Our idea is to recognize our women veterans from the past, one from the present, and the future, so you can get a perspective of what everybody has gone or is going through or is getting ready to go through. First up on the list, ma'am, Miss Willette Gerald, Nevada Department of Veteran Services Deputy Director and retired United States Air Force.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished visitors, and most especially our women veterans. As the Deputy Director of the Nevada Department of Veteran Services and as a 20-year Air Force veteran, it is my honor to be asked to speak to you today. And I truly appreciate the opportunity to honor Nevada's women's veterans and the role they play both in our nation's defense, regardless of the military branch in which they serve, and the never-ending role they serve at home. Throughout history, women have served valiantly in America's wars and conflicts, dating back to the Revolutionary War. In the beginning, their role was not one of fighting, but one of support. But because it was not uncommon for a wife, a mother, a daughter, a sister to follow their male loved ones onto the battlefield and do whatever they could behind the lines, they served as cooks, seamstresses, doctors, and in whatever support role was needed. And when the battle was over, most women returned home to their private lives, continuing to be the glue that held the family together. Once again, women assumed the role of nurturer, supportive spouse, and many times not only the bread preparer, but the breadwinner, always selflessly supporting the needs of her family. While women's role in the military in the early days of our nation's history was always considered one of support, it wasn't until 1901, during the Spanish-American War, that an act of Congress institutionalizing the nursing corps officially recognized women in the military. But still, while they served, their role was not given the same benefits provided to their male counterparts in that day. Through World War I and II, the role for the women in the military continued to expand. Women found what were considered many firsts in our nation's military history. And with every conflict where women stepped in to fill the needs of the military, there was always the dual responsibility which were waiting for them at home. Even today, there are women veterans of past conflict who still do not see themselves as veterans. Women who have slipped back into traditional roles, never thinking of the benefits and assistance which are available to them today. Awareness for our women veterans and their needs is at an all-time high, and we must maintain not only that awareness, but the delivery of assistance and opportunities to our women veterans. The important role of women in our nation's defense and as part of the veteran population over the years cannot be overstated. It has been a long, hard fight for women to gain recognition in the military and at home. Their history is a glorious one, and although recognition and awareness have come grudgingly, the strength of the American military woman is seen in every conflict in our nation's history. We find her strength in today's military women who carry M16 on the front line while she tries to help with schoolwork back home over the internet. Their strength was evident in the nurses serving in Southeast Asia, the Pacific, and even back in the Civil War, where they not only dressed field wounds, but where some 400 women took up arms from both the North and South in direct frontline conflict. To know the true nature of today's women veteran, we find her soul in the heart of Robert Shurtleff, who fought for the Continental Army in the Revolutionary War. Robert, who sold his own uniforms and marched 30 miles to enlist in the Massachusetts Continental Army. Robert, who of all 5 feet tall, served gallantly from 1781 to 1783, was wounded in battle and continued to fight until coming home to marry Benjamin Ganot and bore him 3 sons under the true name of Deborah Sampson. This strength was again evident on November the 15th, 1866, when William Cathy enlisted in the American Buffalo Soldiers, whose true name was Cathy Williams. Miss Williams is the only known female Buffalo soldier. America's first women soldiers stood then for what American soldiers have stood for throughout history. It's what we see in women veterans today and active duty women currently in harm's way, whether on the front lines, at home, working the night shift, or in an office. Serve where you are called. The debt owed to all veterans, and to women in particular, demands nothing less than full attention and action. So on this day and every day, I say to each woman veteran, thank you for your service, and I salute you. Thank you.